Good morning, everyone, and happy Sunday morning to you, the 26th of September. My name is Diaz, Vail Daily Live. Thanks for spending the entire pilot season with us as we're collecting high fives around the office this morning. Maybe you'd like to throw a couple in there, too. We're in our second to the last Sunday and the second to the last weekend of Vail Daily Live, like I said, for our pilot season before we go on break, come back in time for winter. We're looking forward to sharing in that season with you, but along the way, you still can update us with how you're spending your time while we're apart. But before we go anywhere, let's get prepared to head outside and enjoy today's weather. Fall is here, brand new season. That's where we are. And a lot of us are changing our diet, maybe changing our wardrobe. Sweater weather, that's what we're talking about. But I'm still telling everyone to hold on to wearing shorts. Yeah, a couple seasons in a row, all the way into November. Looks really good. Sweaters, shorts. It's a fashion statement right there. You're watching Vail Daily Live, as I shared with you. And on today's show, Bratzo is at the Vail Farmers Market. And as you know, this is also the second to the last farmers market of the season over at Vail, Colorado's largest farmers market, something years ago that began as just a few tables over at the village has turned into what it is today, and people travel very far to bring to you some of the freshest found and sourced around Colorado, from produce to artwork, live music as well for you, and you can also eat and enjoy drinks while you're there too, while taking in these fall colors. I'll be making for you a drink, speaking of the changing of diet and the season. Yeah, this one, we're going to call it the Apple Cider Mule. You might want to write down these instructions on how to do this. Pretty simple, but I'll give you a little something provided that you have to take off. It's very simple to the Moscow Mule. Add apple cider, but we'll go into that a little bit later on in the show. Trisha's also going to take us on a little journey making pumpkin spice oats. And that sounds delicious, doesn't it? That's the season that we are in. Updates from the Eagle County Regional Airport. We'll be sharing with you that, giving you a look at traffic, what made headlines, sharing with you photos of fall around the valley, up and down the mountain that some of you have submitted, and of course, checking with Bratzo over at the farmers market. But as we look at how today and the weekend has begun for us, we're looking at the sunrise this morning, 6:56, sunset 6:54, and maybe you're into it. I know that I am. These earlier evenings, yeah, it's very deceptive to think that somewhere just before 7, you think it's about 9, and it's bedtime. Go ahead, go to sleep, get that extra rest that you need, because when winter gets here, there's no rest for those that are out there just trying to get it all in. And we're talking the slopes, day and night life, partying, dancing the night away, working 5 jobs. Just to list a few. But we do have Bratzo outside, and I believe he's getting close to ready. Now I'm going to guess that he's wearing a jacket because it's nice out. Oh, and it's a nice jacket too, Bratzo, and the temperature. How are you this morning?
Good, man. How are you? Good morning. Good morning,
Doing great.
everybody here.
I like that jacket.
It's
Wow,
all
that's
the
Colombian.
spring colors, right? You see the
It
spring
is.
colors? Let me show you something. I love this technology. It's Omni Hit, and I own one of these before, and I use it as an underlayer under my snowboarding jacket when it's really, really cold. And I love it because you have this thing, this Omni Hit, then kind of retain the heat and stay with you. Keep you nice and warm. It's just a super cool jacket because it's light and you have a lot of movement. You can show some movement and and it's definitely have and I choose this one because I have the fall colors. So as you can see on the back of the mountain, Ty, how amazing that look. Check that out. Sun is coming out. All those yellowish, orange, green. Man, this place is gorgeous this morning.
It is
Hmm.
beautiful out there. We're looking at the Golden Mountains right there, Vail Village, and off just to the east of Bratzo, Golden Peak. And that's where the ski school and all the terrain that you know very well from all your beginner lessons. And that jacket for the temperature out there, I'm sure that you're paired perfectly for the weather conditions and the season that we're in, too. You and the family enjoying fall now that it's here, the first official fall weekend, full weekend of fall. And are you changing your diet at home to kind of match fall season? Are you eating heavier foods, spicier foods? I don't know.
Well, I might start a keto diet. I would not mind losing a good 10, 15 pounds. My knees, man, my knees are beat up and old, so I'm getting ready for snowboarding season. I always actually lose weight for for riding. Just taking a beating on those old knees, man.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly what that's like. And a lot of us do. We do tend to get into training mode, like the people running behind you that we're seeing there, just getting really geared up for any competitions, any biking seasons, competitions that are maybe in other states. And of course, like you and I are talking, the slopes. But the farmers market kicks off today, and giving a look at the weather brought to us by Liz Sotheby's. What do you think the weather is doing? What's in the forecast for us, Bratzo?
Well, I think it's going to be another gorgeous day. We're supposed to have some rain early next week, but right now it's still nice. It feels very low in the 30s. Right now it's kind of cold. From here to here, I'm perfect. My ears are a little cold, but but there is the beautiful
Your
smoke
breath.
coming out of my breath. Yeah, I'm not smoking. So mid 70s today. We're gonna have low 30s to mid 70s. Should be a beautiful day. Cloudy around 3 in the afternoon. Uh, no chances of rain. Very low wind. Should be one more beautiful fall weather day. And as you mentioned, this weather is brought to you by Live Sotheby's, your international real estate brokers, the professionals around here that will help you live the life you love.
Thank you very much, Bratzo. Yeah, so if you're planning on heading on out, be sure to check out Bratzo's jacket and all the technology and the cool features that are within it. And again, it's definitely one of the color waves that matches the season that we are in as well. And that jacket from the label right there on his chest says Columbia. And
Yeah.
he gave you the weather just now. Brought to you by Live Sotheby's International Realty, Colorado's leading real estate firm. Contact their Vail Valley brokerage professionals today to help you live the life that you love. Look at that. It has Omni Heat. I'm always looking for ways to keep warm in the wintertime. And there's some of that technology feature. We'll be talking more about your jacket as you walk around the village today so that we can prove that the technology is in the system, and I bet that it is. But you're watching Vail Daily Live, and still ahead, we're going to share with you what made headlines, also giving you a look at Trisha Spencer making pumpkin oats. I'm going to share with you maybe a nice little drink to share with you and your friends now that we are in fall. It is the apple cider mule. All that coming up. Stay close. Welcome back to Vail Daily Live. Ty Diaz here with you, celebrating the first full weekend of fall and the leaf peeping going on out there. Bratzo's at Vail Village, and he'll share with us what the colors are looking like out there, not just in the background, but also in his wares with that Columbia jacket. And we're also going to check out some of the vendors at the farmers market, see what they have prepared for you. But we're looking at the harvest. We're looking at what's in season, and what are you all doing at home to prepare for the season and maybe your guests to celebrate just the weekend. How about some small bites? We'll just do a little bit of a short ribs over some mini toasts here. Also, a little sweet barbecue pulled pork with some red onion. But let's wash it down with something. That is the big feature. And Rachel's driving the show this morning, so this is all for her. She would care to share, and no objections there. But I was working a wedding last night, bride and groom, and whenever I'm bartending for special events, especially at weddings, I always ask if there's a signature drink for the groom or the bride. And so this was Katie and Dean, now Mr. and Mrs. Stockdale, living here in the Valley. And Dean's signature drink, the groom, he says that he loves a good mule sometimes. He's not necessarily a drinker, but if he were to have anything, the mule. But he was looking for something along the way of the season. It's fall that's here, and found and came up with a recipe, an apple cider mule. So very similar to the Moscow mule, if you can see from the copper cup that you need for your mule. Inside, fill it with some ice. There you can take your ounce and a half of vodka, add that to your drink. You can take your lime juice or some freshly squeezed lime juice, get that inside of there too. And then, of course, just add a little bit of your ginger beer, not ginger ale, ginger beer. I prefer Gosling's for this one, this which is made here. But the thing that really kicks this whole thing off is the adding of apple cider. Now, you can go sparkling or you can do organic, this one here. 100% fresh pressed apple cider gives a nice cloudy feel, but what you're going to get is a very consistent, cozy, delicious, curious flavor. And what it's also good for with any of the mules, if it's done in a very clean way, is that you don't necessarily taste the shocking alcohol flavor that's inside of there. But what you're finding, again, is what this groom theme drink. And congratulations to Dean and Katie Stockdale for getting married yesterday. You're going to find this delicious drink here for the season. And again, this one is the Apple Cider Mule. Maybe you want to try that at home. I don't really have the station to build it out for you here. But there you have it. And we'll post the ingredients up for you. It is delicious. It was a hit. And when you're doing weddings, find the signature drink of the bride or the groom. And that on the bartending side will kind of help bartending stay consistent and in waves than having 99 different drinks for 200 different people. This is the one. But let's not stop there. You can pair it with the food that I've shared with you. Again, we have the short ribs. We have some pulled pork. But Trisha has also a taste on the season. And this one is, again, it's going to be the pumpkin spiced oats. Let's take a look.
Pumpkin spice, it's not just for lattes anymore. We're going to tell you how to make overnight pumpkin spice oats. We're with Allie Stevens with Seasoned to Taste. And this is something that you can have for breakfast or a fun little snack.
Yeah, you can treat it as a healthy protein-packed pumpkin pie for a different alternative. It just has those comforting fall flavors that you can grab quickly. You just have to wait for them to be done overnight.
Yeah, overnight oats. You need to wait for the oats to kind of absorb all the liquids.
Yes, make them digestible first. So.
Okay, well, tell us what we need.
All right, so we have just a few ingredients, and we're gonna start with, we have unsweetened almond milk.
Okay. And you could use regular milk if you wanted to.
You can use any milk you like. Yes, absolutely.
And then we've got the oats, and these are the rolled oats, right?
Yes, you want to use rolled oats. They will not turn to mush. If you use the instant oats, you'll notice that they're a little mushy in the morning.
And then all of these, this is what really brings out the pumpkin spice.
Right. So we have some maple syrup here, and you can use as much or as little as you like. I don't think you need any more than a tablespoon.
Okay, and then this is the same kind of pumpkin puree you'd use for pie, right?
It is, but it's not pumpkin pie. It's just pumpkin puree, organic pumpkin puree.
And then how about this?
So this is plain Greek yogurt. Add a little extra probiotic and protein in there, and some vanilla as well. So just about a half a teaspoon. And then we're gonna do some chia seeds.
Yeah, and chia seeds are really healthy for you too.
They are. They'll add fiber, essential nutrients, omega-3 fatty acids, and then some ground cinnamon, and then some ground nutmeg to top it off.
Okay. Now, if you don't have the actual nutmeg, can you use?
Oh yes, they sell it ground already. And then you stir this all together, and then just pour it in here.
And it really needs to last, several hours. Overnight is a good judge. 6, 7 hours.
You could do 4 to 6, but it would be best. It's called overnight oats, so it would be best.
So and have a little patience.
Right.
Plan ahead.
So in the morning, you'll pull one out, and you can add some more fun toppings to this. So we have some more plain Greek yogurt here, some toasted pepitas, which are raw pumpkin seeds that have been toasted.
Keeping with the pumpkin theme.
And then some toasted pecans. And again, just finish it off with a little shaving of your nutmeg.
Thanks, Allie. Allie was Seasoned to Taste with pumpkin spice overnight oatmeal.
Welcome back to Vail Daily Live. I hope you're getting a lot of great ideas from, Trisha's segment, mine. I'll be reiterating that recipe for you and going back into just a way to entertain your family and friends as we celebrate fall, the first full weekend. And, one of the many things when fall, especially around here, happens, we get out into it and discover and become curious, either in nature or around Vail Village. And that's where Bratzo is right now. Let's wander around Vail Village with Bratzo, checking in the fall colors, admiring the technology in his jacket, and seeing what he's finding early this morning. Bratzo.
How you doing, Ty? I'm right
Doing
here
great,
at
man.
Jada's Grind. You hear me?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, perfect. I love it. So I'm here. Oh, here's our coffee. Look at that beautiful cappuccino. You know how I am with my espresso. This coffee place is happening. We are at Jetty's Grind, right at the Vail Village, right by Solaris, and we're just gonna have a good coffee, and we're gonna bother these people. What's going on, Julia with a Y? How you doing? Fantastic. Tell us a little bit about your spring. Your sorry, spring. Look at me. I'm living in the past. Tell us a little bit about the fall, our fall menu. Let's check it out here. Julia is busy, as you can tell. This place is filling up quick. But tell us a little bit about Julia from Serbia, about your menu. Well, my favorite one from this menu is salt maple latte. Oh, salt. Just maple syrup, salt over the top of the fantastic. I have a question. Do you guys serve food too? What kind of food do you guys have? Do you guys have bacon? Just bacon. Just bacon. Yeah, I know somebody that just like bacon.
Me and half the valley.
So yeah, you and half the valley. So we're gonna have a beautiful coffee here with our cool friends. They are getting busy, so we're gonna get out of their herd for a little bit so you can catch up and let's show a little bit what's going on here.
Bratzo, what'd you find that was eye-catching on the menu back there for their fall menu? Was there any one thing that stood out to you from that poster you pulled out?
Well, I mean, that maple stuff sounds fantastic. Salted caramel, that's kind of my flavors. But in the morning, I can only do straight caffeine to the vein. That's all I need. But look at these beautiful sandwiches. They have some ham and cheese croissants. Well, it's chocolate croissants. I'm assuming it was ham and cheese, but it's not. We have some banana bread, some yummy stuff, and this is happening right now. Jadis Grind, delicious coffee, right at the Solaris, right next to Better Ridge, our friends. I'm still looking for my Rolex, but they are closed, so I'm gonna have my coffee and hope for them to open. Yeah, Ty.
Right on, Bratzo. I'm a big fan of certain regions has what they call a Sasquatch. Our area we have a Yeti, and with that and that restaurant there for coffee in the morning, they also have some cool things that you could purchase so that you can remember that you were here, like the Yeti themed, well, that stuffed animal. And of course, there's t-shirts in the background for men and women. Let's check out some of their retail, Bratzo, back there. We always have to
Yeah, we
grab
have some
something. It's right behind you over there. There you go. So ball caps too.
some beautiful hats, and then we have some cool T-shirts here, as you mentioned. Look how cute is that thing, huh?
I
Looks
bet
like
you
me
these are
right
all
now.
local
Look at that.
artists.
Look at me
Right
like
on.
this.
Thank
And
you very much,
then,
Bratzo. Enjoy your coffee. We're going to check back in with Bratzo at the farmer's market, just getting set up outside of the window there. And that's Solaris. If you're looking for Yeti's Grind, it's located over at Vail. That's where Bratzo is. And his cameraman, I believe that will be Blake with him over there. I enjoy the hand coming in. And Q. That was kind of cool. That's the television hand. What we're going to do right now is give you a look at the weather if you're planning on heading out in the day. I'm looking outside of the Vail Daily newspaper studios, the window, looking south. And man, those golden colors are really starting to pick up, even down valley. And on the mountain, if you're getting out in the day, man, feel free to share with us. If you're taking pictures while you're out there, if you have time, send it to us on social media. Hashtag Vail Live. We'd love to see what you're capturing out there, but still seeing a lot of green out there, looking for those reds to start bursting. But we're also starting to see the leaves hitting the ground. We've been picking up some overnight wind speed here at times. And so that season of fall, when those leaves start to fall, then we're going to start to see those clad trees and really excited for those dipping temperatures and rolling into winter. You excited about that? Let's take a look at what the weather's looking like for today. Bratzo shared with us that we're looking at sunshine to continue to be with us up and down the valley. But the temperatures there in the mid to upper 60s, low 70s, overnight low temperatures, the mid 30s, low 40s. But what we're looking for is that weather pattern change by the time Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday gets here. Take a look at those numbers right there. And that percent chance for showers starts to increase, especially on our Tuesday, 84%. Rain starting in the afternoon. Can you handle that? Oh, man, I'm excited for a good rain. Really good sleep. And so take to the trails, get out there, look for those dipping temperatures. And then we're just going to cross our fingers for that moisture. One of the many things that we love paying attention to, and that is finding out which ski resort is going to open first and the earliest recorded in history. And usually the race is on between Loveland and Arapahoe Basin. But I think last year, Wolf Creek had the leading place on that one. And the weather has been brought to you by Carrots, and they've been creating heirlooms for over 50 years. You're watching Vail Daily Live. Are we doing headlines next, or should we go to break and come back? We're going to come back with your headlines.
Berkshire Hathaway Home Services for real estate. Where do we begin? For checklists and for wish lists. For tour after tour after tour. For is this the one? Or let's just see one more. For closing. Finally closing. Your forever agent will be there for all of it. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. For you, for life.
We're for the fashion forward and budget minded. We've got the brands that set you apart, the style to make you stand out, the looks that let you shine. We are for the dreamers, the doers, and the savers. Outlets at Silverthorne. Elevate your savings. Save up to 70% on the best designer brands. Visit outlets@silverthorne.com for current sales and events.
Welcome back to Vail Daily Live. And as you can see, gorgeous looking out there. But we want to definitely start the morning off. Bratzo has his coffee this morning. You have yours. And most places up and down the valley, they are using, businesses-wise, as well as residential. And you can purchase your ground beans or whole beans, Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea. And as Bratzo would put it, taking the coffee straight to the vein early this morning. Good fancy coffee. And Bratzo certainly does know his coffees. Thank you, Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea. So I-70, Sunday. Usually we see, if you've been visiting with us, the heavier traffic. Early this morning, we're starting to see that. And out the window of the Vail Daily newspaper building, seeing the heaviest of traffic at this point, looks like it's heading westbound. You can log on to cotrip.org to check out the roads before you take off. It's always best, especially living on this side of the Vail Pass and the Continental Divide, because of the challenges, especially with the upcoming season of what it takes to get in and out of the mountains. It's always good to be prepared. But here's your speed. As you can tell right now, that sun is shining. If you're driving into the sun, get that visor ready. Be certainly alert. No multitasking. You're going to miss something. We still have wildlife, plenty of that out there on the roadways too. But not too heavy of traffic going either direction. But looking outside of our studios here, the heaviest of traffic is going westbound for our Sunday. I wonder where everyone's going. I wonder if they're pulling all their mobile units, what do you call those, for campers along with them. I'm seeing the semis out there too. You're probably wondering what made headlines. Well, let's take a look at the newspaper today, the Vail Daily. And thank you for listening to us on Spotify while you go and get your newspaper at the blue boxes in your neighborhood. You can also check it out online, anywhere from who's hiring to the deals that you can find, where the rentals are, and or right here on the front page. Catch it while you can. People ride the Line to Gondola Friday in Vail. Summer Gondola's last day of operations are October 3rd. That is next Sunday. We are in weekends only operations. So if you're looking at taking that scenic ride, it's weekends only, and your last shot at it will be on next Sunday. So let's get out there and explore these colors and these views. Take it in today. And as we look at more headlines today, forest fees show rebound. The 11 ski resorts that use White River National Forest paid about $19 million last season, showing the industry bounced back from COVID closures. The story, you can find out more as we look at page A2. Crowds gather in Vail last season in anticipation of Gondola 1 opening to guests. A maze takes skiers up the slopes before extending back down to Bridge Street, as seen in the lower right. I know we all were watching our friends' social media last winter when we saw this maze and this line going all the way down and across the bridge at Bridge Street, the actual main bridge. What a sight to see. Tables are set for outdoor dining last winter at the Sam's Restaurant at Snowmass, as you can see here in the Snowmass areas, ski area, to get creative to offset the lack of indoor dining due to COVID-19 restrictions. And there's a lot of talk about those type of restrictions. We're trying to get the final conversations on how things will roll out this winter. But for those who really care more about hitting the slopes, dining is the last thing on our minds. Let's just get after it and spread out, of course. Here's what else. A3, parking rates remain unchanged for coming season. And often there are challenges when it comes to parking at Vail and or Beaver Creek, trying to find that secret parking spot. And with COVID-19 and all the rules that go into place for that prime real estate at least the prices are going to remain unchanged. The per hour rates in Vail parking structure remain unchanged for this upcoming winter. So we're looking at up to 2 hours free, 2 to 3 hours, $10, 3 to 4 hours, $20, 4 to 15 hours, $30, 15 to 24 hours, $50. You can find more about this story on page A3. But we talk about this over coffee, don't we? All right, our fourth topic. Let's see, where are we? Is it the one about the bumblebee there, Rachel? Bumblebees not bumbling around evolution. In Colorado, there are 946 native bee species, and in this photograph, a yellow bumblebee, known as the Bombus fervidus. That's a fun one to try to pronounce. Can you say it? You can't say it? Okay, she's drinking the. You're having the Mule. All right. On a pink flower, both native and non-native bees are important pollinators, but since native bees have co-evolved with the flowering plants in the area, they are better adapted to pollinate these flowers. That's a beautiful picture. Who has the time just to notice life like that? Just the smallest things in life. And in our fifth topic, Mountain Youth to host family recovery ride today. This is happening at 3:30. And we were talking with them yesterday. Kyle Foster of Seagull Cycles is passionate about supporting the overall well-being of families and young people in our community and realizes that there is a gap in providing mental health services for everyone during these challenging times. Very interesting conversation that we had with him yesterday, an opportunity for you to get out and ride, and of course have some opportunity to chat and talk with people in this group and the Mountain Youth, and also with Seagull Cycleries. And there's going to be food available for you too as well. And here's the poster more about this: Move, Chat, and Parent. And again, this is paired with Mountain Youth, which has been around for over 20 years. And signing on with this program, today's event with Seagull Cycleries is its first installment. And again, that kicks off at 3:30. And if you care to learn more, feel free to stop by there and talk with Kyle Foster today. That's what made headlines. So much more going on in today's paper, as well as the deals that you can find as far as like even grilling your own steaks at the Mid-Atlantic Country Club. And what we're going to do right now is head out to Bratzo over at Vail to see what's going on now. We know that it's the second to last weekend of the Vail Farmers Market. But from your view, how's the setting up looking Farmers Market wise? Because you're at International Bridge. So right there is the Kirby Cosmos and 10th Mountain whiskey tent.
Yeah, I'm going to be checking. They will be right in the other side. You know, when my friend Clark, who runs with this beautiful long hair, we're going to try to catch him in a second. And he's doing all the whiskey made around here. So should we do a shot just for the... No, probably not. Probably not. So yeah, man, enjoying the views here. The weather is nice. This jacket is perfect. From here to my hip, I'm perfect. I'm crispy. My ears are cold though, you know. But I will get a hat with this Omni Tech another time, an Omni Heat Tech another time. I don't know if they made it. But Ty, do you already start getting your snowboard gear out or not yet?
I'm in the process of actually just moving from like an apartment into a condo. So my life is like all over the place right now. It's like in the garage. The place I'm moving out of is just trashed. I'm sleeping on the floor now. I'm just concerned about how things it's just a mess.
Well, I have a pickup truck, so if you need a hand, we bring the guns and the truck. So
Bratzo,
you let me know. For sure, my friend.
All right, thank you, Bratzo, for volunteering.
I got my snowboard boots already. I just bought a new pair of snowboard boots. I'm about to ride today and next Sunday, and then hang the bikes and start cleaning the snowboards and start waxing and wishing and start watching snowboarding videos. That's my plan for the next month.
That is year round for a lot of us is to watch ski and snowboard videos, no matter what the season. That's the life that we live. And when I come back, I'm going to find out who Bratzo thinks is going to be the first resort in Colorado to open for the season. But before he answers that question, Trisha Swenson is going to give us a look about what happens over at the fly fishing and getting you outfitted to get out on the water. Let's take a look.
We're along the Eagle River with John Packer, Fly Fishing Outfitters. And John, let's talk a little bit about who this sport is for. And I love how you try to make it so inclusive for families, men, women. It's for everybody.
Fly fishing is definitely a great family sport. That's probably how I spent most of my time with my parents as a kid, was fishing. Whether it was fly fishing or, whatever type of fishing, we always did it as a family. And, it's a great activity for everybody. Starting with the, 6, 7-year-olds, I taught my kids how to fish at that age, how to fly fish. And, they love it. And, it's a great way to get them away from the screens and get them outdoors.
Well, you know what? And it's so pretty out here. It's so peaceful. It's kind of like they talk about forest bathing. Well, here we are bathing along the banks. We've got the birds chirping. And you get addicted to the, catching the fish.
Right.
And watching and the patterns and all the different flies you can use.
Yep.
A lot of education that goes into this.
There is. It's one of those things where I've been doing it for over 30 years and I've barely scratched the surface of the knowledge that I need to be as good as I can be.
Okay, and we can take people in their older years out here, even if they've never done it. They didn't learn it when they were young.
Yes, everybody can learn to fly fish.
Okay.
It's not that difficult.
Okay, and they've got great guides that'll take you either on a wading trip or a float trip. So we can just give you guys a call. You can get us all outfitted.
Yep, we sure can.
Okay.
Come on down.
All right, flyfishingoutfitters.net for more information.
Berkshire Hathaway Home Services for real estate. Where do we begin? For checklists and for wish lists. For tour after tour after tour. For is this the one? Or let's just see one more. For closing. Finally closing. Your forever agent will be there for all of it. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. For you, for life.
You're watching Vail Daily Live. Ty Diaz here, celebrating the first full weekend of fall and kicking off the season together with a little bit of a change of a menu here. We're going to go back into what I brought in on the show this morning, provided that you were just tuning in. But speaking of the menu, what are the fish biting on if you're heading out to do a little fly fishing? We just caught a segment with Trisha Swenson, John Packer, just kind of discussing that experience, fly fishing that could happen year-round, an experience for you and the family, or by yourself if you just need to get away with a guide. Let's see what the fish are biting on today. If you're making your way towards the Colorado River, cooler nights, they're saying, have been great for the conditions. The Eagle River. The water is low there, so there's no need to wade into the deep. The brown trout are in pre-spawn mode, and they're feeding more aggressively before they start getting their thing on. The bugs are on the small side, and the fly fishing outfitters, they are fishing with these smaller midges, blue-winged olives, and tricos. Mid-mornings are the best time to get out there, and we're sharing with you views right now, live camera, of what it seems like under the surface for the fishing and for the trout there. And notice all those particles floating on the water. Can you imagine what that is? If you're at the Colorado River, very good shape with plenty of water, and the float fishing for the boat is the best way to access the larger bodies. Still some hopper dropper action, as well as pale morning duns and blue-winged olives and midges. And the best for the Colorado, it would be the dry flies, Royal or Peacock PMXs, stimulators, parachute Adams, Royal Wolves, and H&L variants, and Renegades are working on the surface. And so if this is the view from the Colorado River, or just to let you know, you're probably looking at what the fish are enjoying to eat there. The Roaring Fork, the conditions are over the Roaring Fork are excellent. Whether you enjoy wade or float fishing, the cooler nights are also making for better fishing mid-morning. Dries and dry droppers are working well. Still some hoppers, mayflies on the water. And they're guiding the Roaring Fork most of the day. Wade and float trips are also happening right now. Give a call to the fly fishing outfitters if you care to get out and be on the surface of what's happening beneath the surface. And that's doing a little fly fishing. They're located in Avon, right off of Highway 6 at the traffic light, right across the street from the Bear parking lot. You can also give them a call, 970-845-8090. If you're working up an appetite, Bratzo is at the Farmers Market. And we're in the second to last Sunday of the Farmers Market. But now you're in the sun, and man, the trees behind you, those colors, amazing. Paired with that Columbia from the outlets at Silverthorne. How's the weather shaping up in you in that there, Bratzo?
The weather is great, man. It feels really good. So we're going to have a little bit of a different weather being in Vail, our lowest in Vail today is going to be 33, 34, around there, and we're going to go all the way to 66. Doesn't seems like much. It's amazing what a week does here. But if you go all the way to the corridor, all the way to Gypsum, our highest are going to be in 82. So, I mean, in everything in between, we have all these micro weathers around. And what I'm doing right now, Ty, is I'm charging my jacket. This said
Really?
the heat and the sun will charge my jacket, and I'm gonna be smelling like chicken. I'm gonna be cooking in this thing very soon here. So, and I got this one at the outlets at Silverthorne, Elevated Savings, and you know that it's around Silverthorne area, and you have amazing brands like Columbia, and I love it. You know,
That's a
looking
very good
sharp,
looking
staying
jacket, and it's a
crispy.
good looking jacket on you. Monochromatic, like it matches you perfectly from head to face that we can see there. Yeah, so Alex is Silverthorne, and so with the weather, Bratzo saying that he's feeling really warm. The jacket is being charged in the sun, and as the temperatures are starting to warm up where Bratzo is, and just outside in general, the jacket is serving its technological purpose. The warmth right there. And I wonder
Absolutely.
if it folds up nicely. We don't want you to have to go to extremes out there in the sun. But that jacket is certainly
I'll be
ideal for
sweating.
wintertime too. Yeah. All right. Very
Well,
good.
it talks about them. It kind of regulates. It regulates. That's the cool piece of technology. It charges, keep the heat in, but also keeps the cool. The technologies that these days are amazing and make us have more fun and play harder. I guess.
All right. Thank you very much, Bratzo. And so, again, he's over at Vail. We're going to be checking in with him, seeing how things are developing as far as the Vail Farmers Market is concerned. But getting outside and having some fun, that's what Bratzo just shared with us. And Tricia Swenson also has some ideas for you. If and your little family member looking to get outside and have some fun, let's get inside and do some shopping with Mountain Canine and Tricia Swenson.
Hey, we are at Mountain Canine with JD and Betsy. They're the owners here. And which dog is this?
This is Keller.
Keller. This is one of their 3 dogs. They have golden doodles, but they have washing bays in their location at Cherry Creek next to Walmart and Home Depot, centrally located. And JD, this is such a great amenity to be able to come someplace else to wash your dog.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, they can really wreak havoc on your bathroom.
They really can.
Oh, now it looks like she's doing very well here.
Yeah, so you come in, so we have 3 individual rooms, if you will, and we provide everything, the shampoos, we have detanglers, deodorizers, lip mats if your dog has a little anxiety,
Yeah.
towels, hair dryer, basically you come in with a dirty dog and
So you put peanut butter on this little
put
mat,
peanut butter in there,
and then they lick it.
and they lick it, and really just helps them focus.
Oh, that's awesome. Little doggy treat there. Okay, and how often should we wash our dogs? I mean, I know if you went on a camping trip or you just went on a really muddy excursion, it's good to just get them cleaned up before they come home. But on a regular basis,
Oh, maybe monthly.
Okay.
You don't want to dry out their skin, but we sell this probiotic shampoo that's really good for their skin.
awesome. Yeah, because we want to keep them healthy, especially with this higher altitude.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
notice that when dogs come up here from different climates, they tend to dry out a little bit more?
They do.
Okay.
And as active as we are up here, I mean, we see people sometimes 2-3 times a week.
Oh,
So
sure.
depending on your activity level,
Yeah,
dogs
yeah.
get dirty, so
Totally.
we're always here for you. So, and it's just a drop-in policy, so no appointment necessary.
So you just come in, you and your dog, you guys give us the kind of the lay of the land here,
Yep.
hot, cold, and then look at this hair dryer over here. That's pretty fancy. That's awesome. That is industrial strength hair dryer
Yes.
for the dogs. Okay, well, if you want to find out more about, you got 3 bays, washing bays. It's like the car wash for dogs.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and they're big enough for multiple dogs. So a lot of people have 2-3 dogs. So
Yeah.
bring them all in.
Bring them all in?
Yeah.
Okay. And while you're here, of course, take care of all of your nutrition needs, your care needs, toys, and of course, fun things to bring out on the trail.
Yeah.
You're going to find it at Mountain Canine. All right. Thanks, you guys.
Thanks.
Thank
Good
you.
job. Good job, buddy.
Berkshire Hathaway Home Services for real estate. Where do we begin? For checklists and for wish lists. For tour after tour after tour. For is this the one? Or let's just see one more. For closing, finally closing. Your forever agent will be there for all of it. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, for you, for life.
Nap Harvest is your marketplace for locally produced products like seasonal organic produce, meats, eggs, dairy, breads, flours, nap nectars, and more. It's harvest time, and that means Hotchkiss tomatoes, Olathe sweet corn, and Paonia peaches. We also have a full bounty of mushrooms, such as blue oysters, king trumpets, lion's mane, and chestnuts. Nap Harvest, your indoor farmers market, open 7 days a week in Eagle Ranch.
You are watching Vail Daily Live. Still waking up? Me too. But how are the sounds outside of your window? I'm seeing a little bit of a breeze. The trees are moving out there. But it's a bright one for the start of the day. And if you're heading out there, you might need the lens of the day. And it can be found at Eyepieces of Vail with their art of vision. And much like yesterday, I've selected the Varnays once again. Now, it's very stylish, as you can see, that you're going to find here. They look good to protect you from the bright lights while you're out there biking, jogging, golfing, but they also look really good on top of your head if you're taking in with your natural eye some of these fall colors. And with these Varnay, this is called the Dogtown. It's a limited edition collection, and it's a special tribute to the iconic 70s skateboard crew from Venice, California. I like the weight of these. I like the way they look. Very, very strong, what we're finding here. Only 100 of these worldwide. It's got a mineral glass offering the clearest vision, suitable for running, golfing, a very stylish look. Make your way over to Vail. Check out Eyepieces of Vail. Ask them for the Varnay. Put them on. And if you take a picture of yourself while you're in the shop wearing these, send it back to us. We want to see how they look on you. But the lens of the day, the Varnay Dogtown from Eyepieces at Vail. And that's where Bratzo is right now. We're going to check in with him, see how things are looking. Now, let's see. If we know that he's got that gorgeous jacket on from Colombia, and we know it's sunny out there at Vail, and the sun's behind you, and the farmer's market, that's today. What's going on, Bratzo? Get us caught up.
Yeah, we start getting ready, man. I love the Dogtown idea. I put my shades on. I love that. I'm a fan of the Bones Brigade and Tony Hawk and all the Steve Cavallero and all those guys that grew up trying to be them. And I turned it a little cooler, but hey, So yeah, we turn it in. The markets start happening. People start coming in. You can start see a little bit of motion. Everybody's kind of setting it up. We start having some products. I'm waiting for a guy because I love photography. I always been a photography fan. In college, I took a class, and I want to learn a little bit about it. So I found a guy. He's not quite ready, but stay tuned, and we're going to see what's going on. Looking at his pictures, looked like he did a lot of adventures. And, mixing passions can be really cool, right? Like skateboarding and, surfing and all those things that correlate and living life and being outside of the nature. So we're going to talk in a second. I'm still discovering what's going on. It's a little early. This guy have the best shirt in town for sure. What's up, brother? How are you, man?
Good, how are you?
So you guys do the purses, right? The little purses?
Yep,
Leather bags and stuff?
Yes.
Cool.
Absolutely.
I always walk by and I'm, cut out by the style. You guys have a lot of style. Love it.
So
we'll stop in a second.
It seems to me, Bratzo, that you've got the farmer's market and the vendors by memory before they set up. You know who's where and on what days that they are going to be a vendor at the farmer's market. Every other Sunday, I believe, as being an option. But, man, that sun is shining on you right now. The weather, let's take a look at how that's shaping up. Now that the temperatures are rising, this one is a betterage weather.
Yeah, since fine jewelry and watches since 1897. They are located just right down the street and by the Solaris, and they know everything that you need to know about really getting some beautiful pieces of jewelry. And they've been doing it for a long time. When you put an 8 on the date, 1897. It's like my kids asked me the other day, "What year you born, Dad?" 77. It's like, "Oh wow, you're old." I was like, "Dude, don't even start me." But yeah, the weather is nice. Let me move so you don't a car doesn't hit us. Let's move a little. But we have low 30s starting today in Vail and moving to 66 on the high around there for the weather today this afternoon. We're supposed to get some clouds rolling in around 3, 4 in the afternoon, but that's it. Besides that, we're going to have a beautiful weather. And, you know, if you go into this I-70 corridor all the way to Gypsum, the weather, of course, increases to around 80 degrees, 81, 82. So good weather for today. We're supposed to get a little rain during the week, and hopefully that's translate to snow. One more weekend in the mountain, and then I'm going to hang the bikes and start waxing the snowboards, man. That's what I'm going to be doing.
All right. Well, I own 3. I'll just send them on over to you. And that's look at the weather. Bratzo's over at Vail, and as he's sharing with us, plenty of sunshine. And if you notice, I glanced at my phone, 42 degrees here in Eagle Vale. Plenty of sunshine. Clear sky this morning for the start of the day, making my way in, and that's what the weather's calling for. And again, that weather from Bratzo is coming from Betteridge Fine Jewelry and Watches with exceptional service since 1897. They're located at Solaris at Vail, right there by the farmers market where Bratzo is. But if you're doing any traveling, let's see how things are shaping up at the Eagle County Airport with Tricia Swenson.
All right, we are at the Eagle County Regional Airport talking to David Reed. He's the director of aviation at this wonderful amenity that we have here in Eagle County. And it's so great that we have an airport that flies us right into the Vail and Beaver Creek areas and the surrounding resorts.
Absolutely. That's what we're here for. We're here for this community.
Okay, and you know what? You guys have become more and more popular during the summer with all your summertime flights because the secrets are out. Vail and Beaver Creek, they're a great place to be in the summertime, especially when you think about the heat, the humidity from other places in the nation. And you added a couple flights this summer.
We did. We have had an amazingly busy summer this summer, the busiest we've ever had. And I think the pandemic and COVID really just kind of taught people and reminded people they want to be in the mountains and at the beaches and at destinations. And so we added Chicago direct service for the first time this summer with American. And we had Atlanta service direct with Delta all summer long. It started early June and went through Labor Day. And we had the busiest summer ever.
Okay.
So very excited.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
And then we're rolling into winter. And that's kind of where this all began. You know, making it easier for people to get to the mountains. You know, DIA can be a little bit of a haul. You're going over a couple mountain passes.
We agree.
But if you can fly right in here, it's so convenient. So who's going to be flying this winter?
Absolutely. And why drive a couple hours either way when you can just, fly from your local airport? So, yeah, this winter we're going to have 13 nonstop destinations just like last year. And 3 major airlines like last year, American, United, and Delta, will be servicing the airport this year.
Okay.
And you're going to test me, but the 13 destinations, I'm going to count on my fingers here. You've got San Francisco, LA, Phoenix, Denver, Dallas, Houston, Chicago, Atlanta, Miami, Newark, JFK, LaGuardia, and Philadelphia.
You got them all.
I got them.
Oh my gosh. And you
job.
think about those areas, if you can't get to those major metropolitan areas to get here, I don't know. Because, you got some great connections coming through. And to fly direct, it's just so nice to be able to have that convenience. You're here within a couple hours. Sometimes you can land in the morning and be skiing a few runs before they close the lifts down.
Absolutely. You're worth that time savings.
Yeah.
So you can be right here in the valley and at the resorts in no time. So
yes, and it's so pretty to see the expansion of the airport. You can't quite tell where we're standing, but just what we saw earlier, just so beautiful to fly in and out of here, and just so convenient and cozy. I love the rocking chairs you have in there.
It's a great environment. If you haven't been here, please check us out. Check out your local airport. But very convenient, very nice, updated, modern facility.
Okay, and if we want a website to kind of check in on what you guys are doing and who's flying in and out?
We are flyvail.com if you want to check out our schedules and the latest information here at the airport.
Okay, thanks so much.
Slifer Smith & Frampton, the #1 real estate company in the Vail Valley, with nearly $1.5 billion sold so far this year. Little Brave Lodge is already under contract and set to become the highest priced sale in Bachelor Gulch history. This Creekside estate in Vail just hit the market with more than 7,000 square feet, just minutes from Vail Village. Or this newly renovated 5-bedroom home on Beaver Creek Mountain gives you ski in, ski out access. See them all at vailrealestate.com.
Welcome back to Vail Daily Live. Ty Diaz with you now. I know we've been talking about fall a bunch. Well, that's going to be the conversation for the next few weeks, the next couple of months. But also, we've been mentioning sweater weather, and we've been talking about pumpkin spice. And I've even come up with this drink, like I shared with you, the apple cider mule, inspired by Dean and Katie, the newly Mr. and Mrs. Stockdale, their wedding that I bartended for them last night. And I'm going to reiterate this drink for you again. Much like the Moscow Mule is made with vodka, you have your ginger beer. Some, if you want that extra spice, you can add like a splash or two of bitters and fresh lime juice garnished with a lime. But we've also added apple cider, and I chose the more murkier fresh apple cider to go with this. But you can do the non-alcoholic version as well, and you can use the sparkling apple cider for this drink. But on the food side too, I made the short ribs for you guys right here, as well as pulled pork with a sweet barbecue, some diced up onions on there. The point that I'm leading to is it's also crock pot season. Yeah. Bring out the slow cookers. Maybe that's what you call it. Set it and forget it. And when you get home, all this rich deliciousness for you and your family and friends to enjoy on small bites. A little bit of nosh goes a long way with these drinks. Yeah, that's the season that we're in. Break them out. We're looking at sweater weather, crock pot, slow cooker weather. Do you agree with me? Hey, let's take a look at the chat box and see if it's true. Over here, we're noticing Trisha Swenson says, love the apple cider mule ideal. Yeah, I do too. And it was a hit last night during the wedding, Trisha. Delicious stuff. And Gosling's, I chose that as the ginger beer. So sometimes even that's the secret to a good drink like this one could be in the signature ingredient, Gosling ginger beer. Over here, we have Randy Travis saying, Bratzo, a good skier? Randy, I think Bratzo kept alluding to snowboarding, but waxing, yeah, let's just bring our gear over to Bratzo and do some of that. He can wax our skis and our boards. I'm sure it's the same technique, but the technique could vary if you are all mountain, terrain park, in the trees, or a speed demon. All right, so what are we going to do right now, Rachel? We're going to go head out to Bratzo. You said he had someone, or what are you thinking?
Let's look at these pictures real quick.
Oh, yeah. So viewer submissions, we appreciate what you share with us either in the newspaper and or on Instagram. Here's a look at those fall colors for some of you out on the trails and with various activity like a bike ride. Tall grass still can be found while you're out there, but sticking to the designated trails. Gorgeous views of the chairlift gondola in the background. But is that Vail? Is that Beaver Creek? Because both mountains has one. But those yellows, they are coming out. Paired with that green, so brilliant. And that blue sky, fantastic. Here's another view. This one submitted by Lenny Doop. This is Moose and Doog. Or is that supposed to be dog? Anyway, if you have your submissions, hashtag Vail Live. That way we can kind of use some of your submissions on this show too. Here's one. Best Zizin, Best Sis. How am I pronouncing any of this right this morning? I'm just going to throw my hands up. Well, it's a lot of fun. Where'd you guys come up with these names? That's going to be a conversation too. Here's one. This is cute. The Adventure of a Link. Fall colors coming in. So good you can taste them. All right. You guys have some really strange names. We're gonna have to just play like the roulette of names and try to figure out what people were intending with their submission names. Bratzo. All right, you're there at Vail. And
Yeah.
I know that you have an artist feature, a photographer, hopefully with a name that we can try to pronounce and be successful at. What do you have for us at the farmers market?
I'm here with Jonathan Reynolds from Marble, Colorado. That's around Carbondale area. And we're just talking photography, and I'm loving the stuff that he's had. Not many people have these rams or mountain goats, or how you call them.
Yeah, bighorn sheep.
They were posing for you, man.
Yeah, so I was hiking a mountain close to Aspen, Colorado, and I got up on this little platform. They all stood up at once, and you can see the hair standing up on the back of their neck, and they were just all staring right at me. And whatever he would do, he was the alpha. Everybody else would kind of, follow along, and he would turn and headbutt him and look at me, and it was really intimidating. It shook me up a lot. Probably one of my favorite shots, just because it was so pure luck.
I love it. And I love the fact that you can mix passions. We were just talking earlier before, Ty and I, about how you can mix your passions, right? Do you hike? What did you do? You just walk around?
Yeah, I love to hike. Actually, I've almost finished climbing all the 14ers in Colorado. I've done 48 of the 58 14,000-foot peaks. Some of them, fall within the rules of the Colorado 14ers to where they the saddle drops 1,000 feet in between, but there's actually 58.
So
I've done 48 of them.
very quickly, I'm a photographer. I love photography, but now my phone does everything for me, so I don't have to think. But something that is almost impossible to do is just to take pictures on the nighttime to like the Milky Way and things. And I noticed one of your pictures right down there.
Let me grab it and bring it out in the sun.
Okay, yeah. So how you set up for that kind of stuff, the light and all that stuff. Look at how pretty that is, Ty.
So you want a low aperture. You want a low aperture lens with a long shutter. And what I did with this is I set this up on a tripod and I actually light painted with the low light LED to get the foreground to come into view. If I didn't do that, that would all be just a big silhouette. I caught a little bit of a shooting star here.
Oh, that's
so
true.
It's about a 24-second exposure.
So that's when you're talking about exposure, that's the opening of the lens to attract light.
So the aperture is the opening of the lens. The exposure is how long the time the camera is actually taking the shot.
Oh, that's all cool.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So come and look. This is Jonathan. He will give you a free lesson on photography. Okay, just use the code. Use the code. Bratzo's your buddy. But come and visit. Amazing pictures. Tons of adventures, and come and grab the peach or a pastry or something cool. The market is happening. Biggest and largest in Colorado. Come and visit.
Thank you very much, Bratzo. That is one of the many features you can find at Colorado's largest farmers market, Vail's Farmers Market. That's happening today, kicking off at 9:30, going until 3:30. Plenty of time to get out there. Opens in just 1 hour, but a lot of people are walking around the village right now just to stake out what they're looking forward to in their purchase on this beautiful fall weekend. You're watching Vail Daily Live. We're going to share with you more about this recipe and help you get on your way. We'll be right back after this break.
When it comes to buying quality flooring for your Colorado home, there's only one store in the Vail Valley to choose from, Rugs Benedict. Having served the Vail Valley for over 40 years, you can be confident that you are working with true flooring experts. With hundreds of choices in stock and the combined buying power of 1,000 Carpet One stores, we will find incredible deals for you. Rugs Benedict offers the best selection in area rugs, hardwood flooring, carpet, and luxury vinyl, so that you can find the perfect fit to fill the beautiful space in your home or business and have it installed right away. We don't use freelancers, and neither should you. Rest assured and let our full-time staff of professionals at Rugs Benedict install your new floor with the highest quality standards and a lifetime installation guarantee. So stop by and pay us a visit at our 10,000 square foot showroom in Avon and let our team find you incredible deals and a flawless flooring experience. Because at Rugs Benedict, we know floors.
All right, if you're heading out on the day, you know the farmers market is happening at Vail, but up and down the valley, plenty of options to choose from, like Sunday, maybe a little bit of a brunch. Let's do this one out. In Avon, near Walmart, Sauce on the Creek. It is a family pizzeria, and it's Italian eatery as well. And they have a Sunday family fun day lunch and dinner specials right now you can find with them, offering curbside pickup as well, 25% off bottles of wine to go, 10% off craft cocktails to go. You can place your order online, make a reservation. A good option for a Sunday fun day with the family. SauceOnTheCreek.com. Looking for lunch, and on the Mexican side, Fiesta's down in Edwards, in the Edwards Plaza, right next to Marco's Pizza. And you can find great Mexican cuisine there. It's a Mexican cafe that's been in that location since 1989, and they're open 7 days a week. And I'm a big fan. When I'm there, I enjoy their chicken enchilada, no bean. But that's just me. $10.95 lunch specials. You can find that on a burger and fries. If you're making your way over to Vail Village, check out a nice crafty place, Root and Flower, open from 4 p.m. until midnight every day. They have a happy hour between 4 and 6. There you'll find dessert. You'll find slow and serious cocktails made for you. Mazed and Confused are some of the cool names. Pineapple Under the Sea. Yeah, it's like you're going to a movie, but of cocktails. It's a fun, delicious feature. And if you're hanging out not too far from the Vail Daily newspaper, right here on Highway 6, the Vail Brewing Company, there's also one at Solaris. You can enjoy craft beers, locally made, one of a very popular one that I think has survived the turn of the seasons, Hot Mess Blonde. You can find that. It's a 4.5% alcohol. Delicious taste right there. Not only complicated, but smooth, with a malt character. Hot Mess Blonde, you can find that also in can on purchase. Pete's Stash Pale Ale, also name of a run on the slopes at Vail. Gore Creek, that's pretty much where Bratzo is, and they've named the beer after it. It's an IPA. And again, you can find this option, Vail Brewing Company, right here off of Highway 6 in Eagle Vale, as well as in Vail Village at Solaris. And for photography, Eagle Valley Wild photography by Todd Winslow Pierce. You can find this with the Walking Mountain Science Center, and they're sharing with you some features, outdoor photography on exhibit through the 31st of October. So much for off season when there's plenty to do and to get out and enjoy. And a lot of it is free, but to acquire or make a purchase, go ahead and bring your Venmo or your Bitcoin cryptocurrency cash too, and or your cash or credit debit card. Bratzo is over at Vail. We're going to go and check in with him at the farmer's market and see what else he would care to share with us. What do you have for us now, Bratzo?
Hey, I'm here with Maria. Trying to help her with the herpes. So Maria can show us what's the deal with the shakers. We're just wrapping up talking salt and pepper.
Okay, Bratzo, we're going to come back to you while you guys refresh your focus. So give you a few seconds to do that. And while that's going on, I'm going to go back into this recipe one more time. I created the string for you. It is the apple cider mule. The recipe can be found on colorfulcooking.com, as well as a nice little fall suggestion of small bites for you and the family to enjoy, prepared in a slow cooker, like this short ribs on toast and this sweet barbecue pulled pork with red onions. I'm going to have this ready for you with the ingredients. Though most cocktails are prepared to taste, you can find it on colorfulcooking.com. Hopefully, Bratzo is ready with a refresh so that we can get into what's happening over at the farmer's market. And it looks better. Okay, Bratzo, take it away.
Hey, man. I'm here with Maria. We're trying to figure out our audio. You know how it goes. It's a live show. Anything can happen. So I love Maria. We've been friends forever. So I stopped saying, all right, we're going to probably talk a little bit of salt and pepper.
Yeah,
The spices of life.
absolutely. Everybody needs a little bit.
So she also teaches yoga. Okay, so she will show you what is the best pose
And
to
I
draw.
sell real estate on. I do everything.
Jeez, yeah, good for you.
Everything, yeah.
So do you do one of this or never?
What is one of this?
Oh, you don't watch TV. That guy who have a steakhouse and throw the salt and things.
Oh yes, yes.
So how this works? You just press.
Okay, so pumping grind is all about some operations. So you've got one hand free for cooking and, maybe eating a burrito or a hard-boiled egg. Can't use a conventional salt and pepper grinder to season those things, so we've got pumping grind.
And they look gorgeous too. Like they are. I always get. She gave me one for Christmas a year ago or something, and I get a lot of compliments on my salt and pepper. So I have to show the world what we're doing. So come and get some salt and pepper. And I hear you have a sriracha, something.
Yeah, sriracha salt. I also have truffle salt. So
Truffle salt. My wife would love that one.
By.
Come over. Keep checking. You have from pictures to salt and pepper, beautiful food, paella. Well, someone wraps not this week, but come and see us. One more and we'll wrap?
One more, that's it.
Today and one more.
Yes.
Okay. The mountain will also close next weekend. Get it on.
That is the Vail Farmers Market, and this is the second to last feature of the Vail Farmers Market for the season. This is what you're going to find. Next Sunday is the last one, as they're sharing with you. Plenty of options to choose from at the Vail Farmers Market. Don't forget about that. But certainly get into the taste. Be creative with your fall menu, your fall creations. Maybe come up with something and share it with us on the show, and we'll see to prove it. Rachel will taste everything to make sure that if it's any good. And she's also, this glass is a little low. So this apple cider mule, Rachel, how was it so far?
Tried it yet, but I will after the show.
All right, she's going to try it after the show, and I would take a bite of this. I'm going to do that right now. Taking a bite, stepping into fall, and this right here is the short ribs, and the recipe for both of these can be found on colorfulcooking.com. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m. Enjoy today in the fall colors.